haven't done this in any of the vlogs before, but I'm gonna take the camera out with me, show you guys what I do in a practice round. What's up guys, welcome back. Got a tournament again this week, 2-round event. Starts on Wednesday. It's in Mirabel, Quebec, just outside of Montreal. Actually went and checked the golf course out on Friday. It's pretty short, pretty curvy, pretty narrow, very flat. Kind of excited about it. So today, got some work done and I'm gonna head there tomorrow late afternoon because there's a pro-am in the morning that I'm not in, so I can't get on the golf course. I haven't done this in any of the vlogs before, but I'm gonna take the camera out with me, show you guys what I do in a practice round. I'll talk about a bit of strategy on some of the holes, and then as per usual, just vlog through the tournament, vlog through how we play. I'm putting my little putter back in play. I worked with it today. Fell in love again. So that's it guys. See you tomorrow. Bored of watching me hit putts yet? All right guys, this is the 9th green. Looking back at the 9th hole, gives you a bit of an idea of what we're in for this week. Pretty narrow, but it's not terribly long. There's gonna be a lot of irons off the tees, so you just gotta keep the golf ball in play. And if you can see here, the greens are very small, so it's gonna be a ball striker's paradise this week. Pro-am's almost over. I'm gonna go off on the back 9 now and go out there and show you some of my plans for the golf course. This is the 10th hole. It's pretty narrow. It's a short here, but it's actually quite wide open up there, par 5. I think it's like one of 2 drivers I'm gonna hit on the golf course. Okay, here's a good representation of a vast majority of the par 4s out here. This is the 12th hole. It's 360 yards. You can't really see it, but the 150 is just right out there. So I can't hit anything more than about 220 yards on this hole because I'll be through the fairway, I'll bring the rough into play, I'll bring the trees into play, I'll bring the bunker into play. So you basically have to play this golf course to about 140 and 150 yards on all the par 4s. And see, this is what you're looking at for your landing area. Pretty narrow, but pretty forgiving. You still have a 5 or 6 iron off the tee, but that green's really small. So you want to be in the fairway so you can control your distance and trust yourself and not have to worry about getting a flyer, because flyers, no good on this golf course. Okay guys, here's an example up here of a par 3 out here. Pretty flat, pretty straightforward. This is the 17th hole, it's the longest one, but they're all around 150 to 170 yards. This one's 200 yards, but pretty narrow, but it doesn't really matter. It's par 3, but this is what they look like. Pretty flat. Everything out here is flat. So the strategy for the par 3s is basically just pick a club you trust. They're pretty sheltered, so the wind shouldn't affect them too much, but you just want to commit to the club you pick and fire away. All right guys, that's it for my practice round. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of the strategy that I'm going to try to use this week. The front 9 is basically the same as the back 9. The key here is just picking clubs you trust on these tees and just committing to it. You don't have to bite off too much. You just need to trust your target, trust your club selection, and swing with ease. I really like this golf course, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this week goes. I'm gonna go back to the hotel now, get some dinner. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's up guys? This isn't exactly how I anticipated this day going. I can't say I expected myself to be driving west back to Ottawa, but that's what's happening. Unfortunately, things happen outside of my control today and I was forced to withdraw from the tournament. Last night, I maybe got about 2 hours of sleep max, fighting a little bit of a bug. I was pretty dizzy, had the sweats, pretty nauseous. It was tough. So I had a pretty short warm-up, tried to get myself ready to compete this morning, and I mean, I tried. I did the best I could, but with every hole, it was getting harder and harder. It was warm out there. I was staying well hydrated, but I just was getting dizzier and dizzier and more lightheaded by every hole. My head and my body weren't really working well together, and it was tough. It was really, really tough. I was doing everything I could. I was doing some breathing exercises. I was doing some mindfulness work just to get my focus in line. But sometimes when you're sick, the head and the body just don't work well at all. And it was really, really tough. And I was making bogeys left, right, and center. And then on the 11th hole, I hit a chip shot. And when I was walking back to my bag, I actually fell over. I doubled over. I kind of caught myself from passing out, I guess. So at that moment I knew it was time to call it a day. I was 8 over par. I still had 7 holes left, so it would have been a really tough finish, and so it was one of those decisions that unfortunately you have to make. You know, what's more important, ego and toughing it out, or just accepting what's going on? So there was a rules official right there, and I withdrew, and he drove me in, and I actually fell asleep on the drive in. So definitely not feeling well. I went back to the hotel, I napped for about 2-3 hours, and now I'm headed back to Ottawa. It's a huge bummer. It's a huge bummer because I was really on the right path for this event. I kind of got myself off my result thinking and back to my process thinking. That playoff loss a couple weeks ago had me pretty result oriented again. I was pretty beat up that I didn't win, and I was thinking about the results, and I was thinking about, you know, the money that comes with the results, and that affected me in Hawkesbury. So I was back to the process, and I was feeling really good this week, and I think you've seen it in my practice round. I had a pretty good plan for this week, and I felt really good, but my patience is being tested. It sucks. It really, really sucks. I'm trying to not let it beat me up, but the sport beats you up, and when you play poorly or don't make money in consecutive weeks, especially in events where you should be turning a profit, it really sucks. I don't have money to burn, so spending money these last couple weeks to compete and coming out in the negative really sucks. It's a real huge test of patience and your determination and your belief and your grit. You gotta dig deep, guys. This is not how I anticipated these last 2 events to go, but that's it. I wish I could have reported on some better golf this week, but unfortunately, I got sick, I got dehydrated, I got heat stroke. I don't really know, but I think anybody would do the same thing if they're in my shoes. When you kind of fall over outside of your own control, I think that's the time to pack it in and rest up and be more prepared for what's next. Thanks again for tagging along. I hope you enjoyed the practice round stuff. I really enjoyed taking you guys out there, showing you how I was going to play this course, and I had a great strategy, but unfortunately something else happened. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, smash those thumbs up buttons if that's what you're into, and subscribe if you haven't, and comment below. Tell me about your experiences passing out on a golf course.